And I think we are live. Hi, Irma. Hi, Diana. Hi, Kathy. Let me see if I can get it to pull up my Facebook here. All right. We are on the 7th day of making. We're going to give it a couple of seconds for everybody to jump on. I'm going to go ahead and play the intro so that we can get started.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Yay, happy birthday. Show 7 watching. Yeah, sometimes they can lag between each other, and sometimes people can go over and like it on YouTube or Facebook so they can come back to it and save it. Calendar, again, remember, guys, I may be leaving on the 11th or early on the 12th. I haven't decided yet. So those two last 12 days will be recorded, or at least one of them will be recorded. And possibly the last two. So I will get those pre-recorded, and then I will just release those for you once Cricut has announced what the day of making is. I will not be live on the 15th. I don't think. I may be home in time, but I will go live on my phone or my computer and or iPad, and we will draw the AutoPress winner on Thursday the 15th. Okay? Tomorrow night is the 8th. That's the 8th day of Christmas. We will be live at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, not 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but 7 p.m., our regular time for going live on Thursdays. And we will be drawing our Crafter's Choice winner tomorrow night. Now, remember, on these 12 days of making, if you fall behind, that's okay. I can't fall behind. You guys can fall behind. You have until the 19th to finish making and posting. And I will be popping out files for my patrons in the last couple of weeks. Most likely going to be either New Year's or Valentine's theme. Since it's so close to Christmas and we have plenty of Christmas projects for you guys to do. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Sue. Hi, Patty, Connie, Nana, Dolores, Tina. Good to see you guys. So, let me get back before I go over there. I want to make sure I'm on the right page here. Let's see. Coupon, the Crafter's Choice, again, it ends tonight, I believe, at 11:59 p.m. So you've got to get those entries in before it ends tonight if you want to participate in winning that $100 Cricut shopping spree. While you're over there, make sure you check out for the AutoPress giveaway. Again, you have until next week. We're drawing that on the 15th. That is coming at that time. Y'all might find a little glitch here. I forgot to turn off Wi-Fi. I'm going to cut it off so that my hard wire kicks in. I apologize. I forgot to do it. Hi, Len. So if you get a little bit of a lag, it'll come right back. Don't worry. Let's see. And let's pop over. Our 12 days of making, we're on our home screen, and we're going to click on holiday, and it is make a sweater. Now, I'm in Florida. I don't know about you guys. I'm in Florida, and it's just way too hot for a sweater, so I'm doing a shirt. But the iron-on that I've done, you can do on a sweater or a sweatshirt, and it will work just fine. So I'm using a t-shirt, but you guys use your sweater or your sweatshirt, just as long as you're making a shirt. It says to make this challenge, make a piece of holiday apparel. So it doesn't actually have to be a sweater. If you want to do some jogging pants or a hat, or, it's apparel. So that's what I'm doing. This is their file, and you can make that. It's going to be free to make it. If you have access, you can make my file. Now, I released one that I released in July, and then I made another one for today. So let's pop over to my projects. If you're following me, you probably saw it. This one I did in July, but I am putting it back out again for the 12 days of making, and I've tagged it 12 days of making, so if you search it, you'll be able to find it there too. If you have access, it should be free to cut. And if you don't have access, I think it would cost you like $9 to pay for all the images, but then you will own them and you can design your own holiday apparel from those images. So either way that you want to do it. But here is the one for today, and I don't have my photos yet because I haven't made it yet. And as soon as I do that, just like yesterday, I will put my tags in there and my photo in there, and then I will make it public. So again, if you're following my profile, you will be alerted, or should be if you're following me, that I posted a new project. All right, and make sure that you're filling these out, guys. You have to do those tags in order for you to get your entry to that Cricut giveaway that they're doing for the $700 grand prize and 3 runner-ups of $100. So make sure that you are getting those 12 Days of Christmas tags on your project. You must have a photo, and you must make it public. Also, make sure that you're setting up your profile. Your profile needs to be set up. So get that done. Super easy to do. Just simply go to your profile at the top of the window. So I'm going to pop over to the canvas. Oops, forgot I took my project out. I'm going to get my project, and let's customize. And so I made you guys an ugly sweater layout in case you wanted to do that one. It's going to take that a second to load. And then I also did a festive shirt. So, and today we're going to be doing the festive shirt since I already have the ugly t-shirt done. If it will load here, there we go. So this one says, this is my It's Too Hot for Ugly Christmas Sweaters shirt. So that is perfect for a t-shirt. If you live in a warm climate, you could do that one, or again, the other t-shirt party one. So you have 2 options there. Now, I'm not making this one today, but it's layered, and this image that I am doing today is also layered. So you're going to be doing the same technique with your iron-on that I'm doing today. If you choose to do that one, you just have a 4th layer. That's the only difference. So super easy and simple. You need one for your cruise, Tina? Yeah, that would have been perfect. This one is It's Too Hot for Ugly Christmas Sweaters shirt. All right, so I'm just going to hide this one while we're working. And if you're cutting one or the other, then you can just hide the other. Now, you can resize this if you're cutting. I did this at its largest length at 11.5. But if you have the Cricut Maker or the Explorer and you have 24-inch mat, you got the longer material, you can cut it with no problem. If you're using the Smart material, you can still cut it and make it larger with no problem. You can go a little bit wider with it, but I feel like that's plenty wide and I'm good with it. So my thing is, because I always forget, when you hit make it, guys, don't forget to mirror. You have to mirror your images, and you have to mirror each and every single mat. You cannot forget to mirror your mat, okay? If you forget to mirror, it's not going to go together, or your wording will be backwards. to avoid that, because I always forget one of my mats. I always forget it. So I'm just going to select all and come right here and flip it horizontal. And now I don't have to worry about it. I'm going to hit make it and just select my materials and forget about it. It's already done. Okay. So if you're one of those that do like I do, just flip it in the canvas. I don't save it this way, but I do flip it before I cut it when I'm cutting iron-on. Another thing about this, if you want to challenge yourself, you can leave this file just like it is and cut it. But I'm going to say that this Happy Holidays is very thin. It is a very thin image. Probably made more for print than cut than for cutting iron-on. But I cut it from glitter iron-on anyway. Okay? If you're afraid to do that and you don't want to challenge yourself to cut that, right here in the layers panel, I have an offset. I made a teeny tiny offset for it so that it beefed it up just a little bit, and that's going to thicken it up for you if you want to do it that way. Now, when you do that, you're going to lose this little detail in the H right here. No, right here. You're going to lose that little bit of detail. Or you can go in and create another offset and just, I think I did that one at 0.03. It might have been 2. But if you want to go in and change that offset to maybe 0.01 and just beef it up just a teeny tiny bit, there you can get that detail back. So I'm just going to get rid of that one. That one looks better. But it's going to beef it up just enough where you won't be breaking or tearing it if you cut it from other materials. So I'm just going to leave that in there. And I'm going to hide that offset. I'm going to group it though. And we're going to group that back. So just unhide it if you don't want that really thin one, and use the offset instead, and then hide the thin one. So, but if you want to make it like I did, I used the extremely thin piece. Just going to save this. Because I've already cut it. I'm not going to make you guys watch it sit and cut. We will talk about how it's cut. So super easy and simple. If you have any of your fonts that you find are too thin, or an image that's real intricate, and you're cut, especially with glitter iron-on, you might want to just beef it up just a teeny tiny bit. Okay, so that's super easy to do now that we have offset. All right, let's go overhead. And I'm using 2 different kinds of iron-on today. I'm using foil and glitter. Okay, and I've already weeded it. And remember, you're going to cut your pretty shiny side to the mat. And I know this looks funky, but I wanted to save some of the area of my iron-on because I can use it for smaller projects. So I kind of cut out my carrier before I weeded and stuff like that. Okay, it was a whole piece when I cut it, and then I just flipped it over because you can see your cut lines, and I just trimmed my carrier around. And then I have my berries. I also cut from red foil. And then I have my Happy Holidays. I cut from the black gold. This is the black gold glitter iron-on. And I think that's going to be really pretty. All right, I've already pressed a crease. This is the way I do it, guys. I line up my collar and the shoulders of my shirt and the underarms of the shirt, and then I press a crease down the center front so that I have center of my shirt. And I like to come what I call 3 to 4 fingers down from the collar to start my iron-on. So I'm just going to move that right there. And I'm going to turn that on just so it can be heating up. That's probably going to be too warm, but we'll see. So now I have the center of my shirt, which may or may not be showing up on camera. I'm trying to just make sure I get it running the right way. And usually you want to start with your large section first, your largest section, and work from there with your layering, or I do. But because I'm using glitter and a glitter applies at a higher temp, I am starting with my glitter, okay? And I know that I'm just going to lay things out to get them about where I want them to be on my shirt. And let's see, these berries are going to go this way, and I think I'm going to bring it up there. We'll see. And then this is going to go right here. And that's perfect, I think. I might slide this over just a tiny bit. But you can see where I cut it really thin. I'm just going to show you guys. I have a little piece missing right there. So I'm going to cut another little piece later and stick in there maybe. I may just leave it like it is so it looks handwritten. So I'm kind of happy with that layout. Kind of like that. Got my happy holidays. My leaf is shifted up, so I'm going to have to shift that back down. So you can tell which is going to be my last piece, which is going to be the red. So I'm going to pull that off. I'm going to pull that off, and I'm going to leave this right where it's at. And I'm just going to hold it up and look at it, make sure it's going straight. Straighten it up if you need to. That looks good. So I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to, hey Dee and Jennifer over on Facebook. Good to have you guys watching. I'm going to go over and get my Cricut Heat app. So let's get Heat. And we are going to select our Easy Press 3 because that's what I'm using. And I'm using glitter iron-on, but I used it on a wine bag there, so I'm just going to start a new project. And I am going to select my glitter iron-on. And I am doing 100% cotton. And I'm using my Cricut mat. And I'm going to place next. 330, preheat for 5 seconds. Now I've already preheated this shirt, guys, when I press that crease down the center. So I'm going to be skipping that. But preheating takes the moisture out of the garment. Moisture is not your friend when you're doing iron-on. Okay? I'm just trying to catch up on chat. White cardstock's not one of the things to be frugal with? Right. Exactly. Exactly, Marianne. So I'm going to send that setting over to my Easy Press. So it's going to do everything for me. If you have the Easy Press 3, the Cricut Heat app is awesome. If you have the earlier Easy Presses, you'll need to use the Heat Guide and select your machine and all of that. So I am going to tell it, and you can see right here it's set up for 5 seconds to do my preheat, but I've already done that, so I'm going to skip. Now it wants me to apply firm pressure and do this for 30 seconds on there. However, I'm layering. So I don't want to really heat this the full 30 seconds. I'm going to do what I call a tack layer. So I'm going to press that on there. And I'm just maybe 8, 10 seconds, 15 seconds at max to get that to stick. I just want it to stick to the shirt for the time being. I want to make sure I don't get my cord in there. I'm going to let that cool. Just going to let that wind down. I think it said cool pill. I splashed my coffee earlier. It splashed on my machine. So I'm going to try to pull that off gently while it's warm. I'm peeling that because I don't want it to come off the shirt. If it's lifting with you, just apply a few more seconds. Now it is by no means adhered to this shirt properly yet. It is not adhered properly yet. So make sure you're aware of that. So next I'm going to do my holly leaves because I want to make sure that I leave enough room to get that in there. So I'm just using it for a guide, sticking it to the top and bringing up my holly leaves where I want them and get them positioned like I want. And I really like that. So I'm going to take that off of there. And you can position this any way you want to on your shirt. It does not matter. Just make sure you leave, because of the way these berries position, you want to make sure that you're not running that into your lettering. So that looks good to me. But now I'm on foil. So I'm going to cancel that on my app. And we're going to go back, close that out, and we're going to start a new project. And now I'm going to say foil iron-on, 100% cotton, and then I'm going to hit next. And it's $2.95. I'm going to send that over and let my easy press cool down so that I can press. I'm again going to skip the 5 seconds, and we just want to, and you can see it will tell you that it's counting down and cooling off. You see it's in red, and it's cooling down that easy press. So I'm just going to pick it up off the base, and maybe it'll cool down a little bit faster. I don't know. We'll see. Does anybody have any questions for design space, any of that? I'm just going to twist this on here so I can get that whole thing on the mat. Hey, Louise. Better late than never, right? We're just layering iron-on. I did my glitter first, and now I'm doing my foil. And guys, if you're worried about this when you press it, you can place your carrier over that to protect it. I am going to trim it because I don't want it to leave a line on my foil. That can happen. Or you can just use a Teflon sheet. So if it's overlapping, when you're doing foil, you'll want to trim this carrier so it's not laying on top of your foil. Sometimes it can leave a line, especially if you press too hard. But I'm just going to cover that with a Teflon sheet as I press this other part. And you can get these Teflon sheets on Amazon. I don't even need it down there. I'm just going to cover that happy hollow. I'll just cover the whole thing. Why not? Won't hurt anything. So we're down to 305. We got to come down 10 more degrees. So how are you guys liking the 12 days of making so far? I'm just holding my press up, so there it goes. All right, so we're at 295, and I am just going to press. I'm going to have to do this in a couple of presses because my press isn't going to cover it, but I'm only going to do it for a few seconds at a time, maybe 5 to 10, just like we did the glitter. I really should have gotten my big press out for this project because it's large. Normally I would use my auto press to do all of this, but I can't get it on the desk with everything else. So I just pressed that for a few seconds, and foil is a cold peel, not warm, not hot. It is a warm peel, a cold peel all day long, every day on anything. Okay? All day long on anything, every day. Nice and cool. Usually I would go and throw this over on the granite countertop and cool it down instantly. As a matter of fact, I have granite on my dresser. Just a second. And if you peel your foil warm, it will stretch and it won't be pretty and it won't be bright. And I'm just going to slowly peel because remember, it is not 100% adhered to this shirt yet. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to peel these back right here. I just need to be able to get right in there and get those berries in. That's all I need. I'm just going to peel that back halfway and give it a fold. Then I'm going to grab my berries and I'm going to trim that up. Remember I said it could leave a line, so I'm just going to go right around my berries as close as I can without cutting into my design. And get rid of the massive amount of carrier that's around this. All right, so there we go. Now, yeah, I know that I do things weird, guys, but it works for me. So now I'm just going to place those in there because I don't want that carrier to leave marks into my leaves there. Okay, so now that's there, and now this carrier can be on top of that. It's not going to hurt anything. It might leave a little line on that berry there, so peel that back. Cut that away. I'll have to line that up again if that's okay. All right. All right, now I'm ready. Make sure I don't want to get a wrinkle right there. I hope I didn't. I don't know what that is. So I'm going to get this to lay flat again. I got my shirt. I got a crease in my shirt. There we go. Now, much better, much better. And I am going to protect it. And I'm going to press in 2 presses. And I'm going to leave it on the foil setting. I'm going to press down here and then I'm going to press the upper portion. So I'm just going to bring this over and I am going to skip that. I'm going to get that for 15 seconds. Let's just do that one again. Send it to the easy press. I'm going to skip the 5-second preheat and we're going to do 30 seconds. And go. So I'm going to get the bottom of this for 30 seconds. Pressing full time now. Okay. Oops, I lost my window. So this is going to press everything for the full amount of time and adhere it. My thought process. Hey, Mary Ellen. All right. So now I'm just going to pull this down and I have to make sure that I get that edge too. Make sure it's all on the mat. And now I'm going to press this upper portion. And it says 15 seconds, but I'm just going to do it. It thinks I'm pressing the back, but we're pressing the front, so I'm going to do this for another 15 at the top, and then I'll get this edge. And now 15 more. Because you want 30 seconds. If you pre-do that glitter at the 330 that we did, and then you do your lower temp second, you're giving that extra time at the lower temp, so it should be fine. You shouldn't have any problem. And I'm just going to get this one little piece right here. And we're going to do 30 seconds on it. And I know Cricut has instructions to press the back side when you're doing shirts. And it's a good idea if you want to do it. I generally do it with everyday iron-on. I don't generally do it with foil. I'm just going to be honest. I don't. For today's purposes, I will. I've never had a problem with it, but I will do it just for kicks and giggles. And hopefully it won't be overpressed. Sometimes I feel like it's just overpressing of the foil. All right, I'm just going to turn that off. All right, and we're just going to let that cool. It might be bright and shiny, and it may be overpressed, but we'll see. We'll let that cool. It's pretty. I like it. Cold pill, cold pill, cold pill. Hey, Pat, over on Facebook. Pat's watching us as well. Welcome. So, everybody tell me, yes, overpressed. If you overpress it, you're going to see all the fibers of the material in it instead of it being bright and shiny. So, everybody tell me how many of the 12 days of Christmas you've already completed. How many days did you do? Yeah, I got a little bit of a wrinkle in that. It's okay. It's not too bad. And some of that will come out. You can see where I pressed the back. And it's okay for these because they're leaves, so I kind of like the texture. But I feel like it was overpressed. My berries are perfect. That's the way I want my foil to look. Like a mirror. I want it to be that mirror finish. I don't want to see texture in there. So, in my opinion, if you're using foil, I would not press the 15 seconds on the back, and it will be perfect. Yeah, guys, nobody beats Cricut's foil. I'm here to tell you, I have tried other brands, and they stink, in my opinion. They just stink. They don't have that brilliance that the Cricut foil iron-on has. They just don't. And if you apply Cricut foil, you see that shine. If you apply it correctly, you're going to get that mirror-like shine off of it. Okay? If you peel it warm, it's going to stretch and it's going to dull. Okay? I'm just going to tell you, if you peel this warm, it will dull. It will not be bright and shiny. I have put it on umbrellas. I've put it on shirts. I've put it on pillows. I've put it on hats. You name it. And I've never had a problem with Cricut foil. I've never had it come off. And again, I don't heat the back. And I've never had it come off. Make sure you wash it inside out. And I don't dry my foil. I just hang it to dry. Don't dry your foils. If you put your foils in the dryer, you're going to ruin them. You did 4, Dolores. Tina did 3 so far. I thought somebody said 6. Mary Ellen's done 6. I've done 7 plus because I've given you guys a couple of options in some of the files. So I think I'm up to 10 so far, but I did a couple of extras on a couple of days. Tomorrow is going to be fun. I wish I could tell you guys what it was, but I can't. Does anybody have any questions about layering iron-on? And it doesn't matter if you're using foil and glitter or if you're using others. Make sure you do if you're doing foil with any other iron-on, foil has to be last. It has to be last. You will mess it up if you try to do it first and do other iron-ons. You will mess it up. It must be last. Don't layer on it. It is not a layering material, so you don't want it to cross over glitter or everyday iron-on. It is not a base material. It is not layerable. It will look like it's fine, but it will come apart. It won't do well. You never want to layer on top of glitter either. Glitter can go on top of everyday iron-on. I don't do it. I just slice and adhere my material straight to the shirt. I don't like to layer them up. The only thing I layer is infusible ink on top of glitter. You've never done foil, Connie? Oh my gosh. Connie, you have to try it. In my opinion, and I don't think, I mean, if you guys have used it, in my opinion, it cuts the easiest. You can see your cut lines very clearly. It weeds the easiest, and it applies the easiest. To me, if you've never done any kind of iron-on, I'm going to send you to do foil, and as long as you follow the instructions, you won't have any problem. You don't need a ton of pressure, just a light, firm pressure. It weeds. It weeds like a dream. It weeds so easily. All right, guys, I can't wait to see what your festive shirts are. You can make this. You can do it in different colors. You don't have to stick to the traditional colors that I used here. You could use some teal leaves and pink berries. Make this gold. Use regular black and foil. You can use just plain black iron-on here and then do foil down here. Or you could use the black foil. If you've been getting mystery boxes, you may still have some of the black foil. Black foil would be gorgeous up here with your wording. So you could do all 3 of them in foils. Please, if you need supplies, shop those links down below in the video. If you have questions, make sure that you come over to the group and ask them. Make sure that you comment and leave questions or anything that you might find later on YouTube here. I will answer them. Sometimes it may take me a couple of days to get to it, or it may take me 5 minutes, but I will respond to you on YouTube if you comment on a video. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm going to go get ready for tomorrow. You don't want to miss tomorrow. It's going to be fun. The black foil is gorgeous. It's just like your regular iron-ons, except it has a super shine to it. I love it. You guys have a wonderful day. Happy crafting, or should I say happy holiday crafting. Bye-bye, guys. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Thank you to my mods and admins, and thank you to all my patrons and Ko-fi supporters and YouTube members. Appreciate you guys.